Amaka was on the roadside, under the hot sun, selling her oranges. The heat from the tarred road rose in waves, making the air shimmer. Cars and buses rumbled past, kicking up dust that settled on her tray of bright, round oranges. She wiped her face with the back of her hand, her gaze distant. Suddenly, she saw a wallet lying on the ground, just near the gutter. It was black and made of leather, looking completely out of place in the dirt. She stopped and picked it up, not knowing what it was. Her heart beat a little faster. She had never held something that looked so expensive. She opened it and found no money inside, only a single folded paper. She did not know what kind of paper it was. It was thick and had strange, important-looking stamps on it. She looked around to see if anyone was searching for a lost wallet, but the street was busy with people who were not paying attention. Everyone was in a hurry. So, she hid it in the small pouch tied around her waist and continued selling her oranges, her mind no longer on her customers, but on the mysterious object she had found. Later that day, after selling most of her oranges, she packed her empty tray and walked the long, dusty path home. Their house was a small one-room building with a rusty zinc roof, nestled in a crowded compound. Her mother, Nkechi, was sitting outside, fanning herself with a piece of cardboard. She looked tired, the lines on her face telling a story of hardship and worry. "Amaka, my daughter, you are back," she said, her voice soft but weary. "Yes, Mama," Amaka replied, setting her tray down. She hesitated for a moment before pulling the wallet out of her pouch. "Mama, I found this on the road today." Nkechi took the wallet and looked at it. Her eyes, which had been gentle, suddenly hardened. She opened it and saw the single paper inside. Her face clouded over with anger and fear. "Amaka," she shouted, her voice sharp enough to make Amaka flinch. "Where did you pick this thing from? I have told you time and time again, you do not pick things from the street. Do you want to bring trouble to this house?" "But Mama, there was no one there. I thought it might be important." "Important?" she scoffed, standing up. "What do you know about importance? Do you know what people put inside wallets these days? Charms, juju to trap innocent people. You see a fine wallet and you think it is your luck? No, it is a trap. This is how people get into trouble they know nothing about." She looked at her daughter, her anger mixed with a deep, protective fear. "We are poor, Amaka. We do not have money for police cases or hospital bills if a charm affects you. All we have is our peace. Do not bring problems for us." Tears welled up in Amaka's eyes. "I am sorry, Mama. I did not think of that." Nkechi's expression softened a little, but her resolve was firm. "You must learn to think. The world is not a kind place." Without another word, she walked to the corner of the compound where a rusty drum served as their dustbin. She threw the wallet inside, among the vegetable peels and old wrappers. "Forget about it. It is gone now." She went back inside the room, leaving Amaka standing alone in the fading evening light. Amaka felt a pang of guilt, but another feeling lingered, a strong sense of curiosity and a strange feeling that the wallet was not a source of trouble, but of something else. That night, after her mother was fast asleep, snoring softly on their shared mat, Amaka tiptoed outside. The moon cast a pale glow over the compound. Holding her breath, she reached into the smelly dustbin and felt around until her fingers closed around the smooth leather of the wallet. She pulled it out, wiped it clean with the hem of her dress, and hid it carefully under a loose brick near their doorstep. She felt a strange sense of relief, a feeling that she had just saved something important. The next day, she went back to that same spot to sell her oranges. The sun was just as hot, the road just as busy. She arranged her oranges into a neat pyramid and sat down on her small stool. A few hours passed. Then, she saw a luxurious black car parked on the other side of the road. A man in a clean white shirt and dark trousers was walking up and down beside the car. He looked very worried. He ran his hands through his hair, peered into his car, and then started looking on the ground, his face tight with anxiety. Amaka watched him closely. He looked rich and out of place on this busy, dusty road. She overheard him muttering to himself as he paced. "Oh no, my wallet! I lost my wallet. It must be here somewhere."
It means everything to me." Amaka's heart leaped into her throat. That must be the owner of the wallet, she thought. Her hands grew clammy. Should she go to him? Her mother's warning echoed in her ears. But the man looked so distressed, so genuinely lost. He did not look like someone who would set a trap. Gathering all her courage, she picked up a few of her best oranges and crossed the busy road, dodging a speeding motorcycle. She walked up to him and said in a small voice, "Hello, sir." The man, whose name was Alex, was so lost in his panic that he did not even look at her properly. He saw a small girl selling oranges and assumed she wanted to beg for money. He waved a dismissive hand, his voice harsh with frustration. "Don't talk to me. Go away. I am not in the mood for any disturbance." Amaka was taken aback by his sharp tone. She felt a sting of hurt, but she looked at his worried face and knew she had to speak. She took a deep breath. "Sir," she said, her voice a little louder and clearer this time. "Your wallet. I found it yesterday. It was on the ground, over there," she said, pointing to her spot across the road. Alex stared at her, a wave of shock followed by immense relief washing over his face. "You found it? Are you serious? Where is it?" "I kept it at home. It is safe," Amaka replied. He let out a long breath, his entire body relaxing. "Oh, thank God. Thank you, young lady. Thank you. You have no idea what you've just done. You just saved my company." He looked at Amaka, his eyes now full of gratitude. "What is your name?" "Amaka, sir." "Amaka," he repeated, a smile spreading across his face. "Please, can you take me to your house? I must get the wallet and I must thank your parents." Amaka nodded, a little overwhelmed. Alex followed her, leaving his expensive car by the roadside. They walked through the winding, narrow streets until they reached her humble compound. When Alex saw the small one-room house, he paused. He looked at the peeling paint, the rusty roof, and then at Amaka, whose simple dress was clean but faded. He realized then just how poor they were. Nkechi was inside, weaving a mat when they entered. She looked up in surprise to see her daughter with a well-dressed stranger. Fear immediately gripped her. "Amaka, who is this man?" she asked, standing up. "Mama, he is the owner of the wallet," Amaka explained quickly. Alex stepped forward and greeted her respectfully. "Good afternoon, madam. My name is Alex. Your daughter found my wallet yesterday. She is a very honest girl." Nkechi's fear slowly turned into surprise. She looked from Alex to her daughter. "Oh, so it was not a trap." Alex looked confused for a moment. Then he understood. He smiled kindly. "No, madam, it was not a trap. The paper inside that wallet is a very important contract for my company. Without it, my business would have been in great trouble. Your daughter is a lifesaver." Amaka quickly ran to the loose brick outside and retrieved the wallet. She handed it to Alex. He took it, his gratitude overflowing. He reached into his back pocket and pulled out his other wallet, the one with cash. He took out a thick stack of naira notes. "Madam, please, I want to reward your daughter for her honesty. Please accept this." He tried to hand the money to Nkechi, but she took a step back, shaking her head. "No, sir. Thank you, but we cannot accept it. She did what was right. We do not take rewards for doing the right thing." Alex was stunned by her humility. He had expected them to eagerly take the money. "But madam, this is not just a reward. It is a thank you. You have a wonderful daughter and you are clearly a good mother. You deserve it. Please let me help you." Nkechi looked at her small room, at the worn-out mat on the floor, and at her daughter's hopeful eyes. Her pride was strong, but her reality was stronger. "Still," she said, "Sir, it is too much. We are not beggars."
"I am not treating you like beggars," Alex said gently. "I am treating you like the saviors you are. Please." After much persuasion, Nkechi reluctantly accepted the money, her hands trembling as she held it. "Thank you, sir. May God bless you," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. That day marked the beginning of a new chapter. Alex did not just leave and forget about them. He was deeply touched by Nkechi's quiet dignity and simple beauty, and by Amaka's innocence. He came back the next day and the day after that. He brought bags of food, new clothes for Amaka, and paid for her to be enrolled in a good school. He would sit with Nkechi for hours, just talking. He learned about her life, how her husband had died years ago, leaving her to raise Amaka all by herself. He was drawn to her strength and her gentle spirit. he found himself falling in love. One evening, about a month later, Alex came to their home. He looked more serious than usual. He sat down and, after a moment of silence, he turned to Nkechi. Nkechi, he used her first name for the first time. I have come to respect you more than any woman I have ever met. You are kind, strong, and beautiful. You have raised an amazing daughter alone. I want to be a part of your lives. I want to marry you. Nkechi's eyes widened in shock. She stared at him, speechless. Marriage? To a man like him? It seemed like a dream. After a long pause, with tears of joy in her eyes, she accepted. Alex was overjoyed. He went home to tell his mother the good news. He found her in their large, lavishly decorated living room, sipping tea. His mother was a wealthy and powerful woman who valued status and family name above all else. "Mother," he said, his face glowing with happiness, "I have wonderful news. I have found the woman I want to marry." His mother smiled. "Oh, is it the daughter of the governor? Or perhaps the ambassador's niece?" "No, mother. Her name is Nkechi. She is a wonderful, humble woman." His mother's smile faded. "Nkechi? I don't know that family. What do they do?" Alex hesitated. She is not from a rich family, mother. She is a poor woman, but she has a heart of gold. And she has a daughter named Amaka." The teacup in her hand rattled against a saucer. Her face turned to stone. "A poor woman with a child? Nonsense," she snapped, her voice cold and sharp. "You cannot be serious, Alex. You cannot marry a woman who already has a child. It won't work. What will people say? That my son is marrying a second-hand woman from the gutter?" "Mother, don't talk about her like that," Alex said, his anger rising. "I love her, and Amaka is a wonderful child." "Love does not run a family, Alex. Legacy does. I will not have some poor woman's child as my grandchild. I forbid this marriage," she declared, her voice final. Alex tried to explain, to make her see the goodness in Nkechi, but his mother refused to listen. She stood up and walked away, leaving him standing there, frustrated and heartbroken. Still, Alex was determined. He continued with his plans for the marriage, buying a new house for Nkechi and Amaka, and starting the traditional rites. But word of his mother's disapproval reached Nkechi. She grew afraid. She did not want to be the cause of a rift between his son and his mother. One evening, she told Alex, with a heavy heart, "Alex, please, let's stop this. I am afraid of your mother. I don't want to bring trouble into your life. We can't be happy if your family is against us." Alex refused, promising to handle his mother. But his mother had other plans. Seeing that her words had no effect, she decided to take matters into her own hands. In her anger and desperation, she made a phone call. A few days later, as Nkechi was walking home from the market, a van without a number plate twitched to a halt beside her. Two large men jumped out. Before she could scream, they grabbed her, covered her mouth, and bundled her into the back of the van. The van sped off, leaving a cloud of dust behind. They took her to a deserted part of the city and kept her in an incomplete building, surrounded by darkness and silence.